Okay, imposition in your book. In this video tutorial we'll take a look at imposition in your book using Indesign, looking at both the single sections and multi-section options, how to print double-sided on a normal home printer, and if needed saving the imposition spreads as a PDF. After we've designed our book in sequential order as facing pages, these pages need to be printed in a different order as printer spreads so they appear in the correct order when folded and bound. The process of creating the correct order printer spreads from these layout spreads is called impositioning. Look at this 24 page book. So we've got our pages here, pages 1, scroll all the way down to 24. And as you can see, I've designed them as consecutive facing pages, so they're designed as spreads as we would see them. And I've also used images that go right away across the spread. This is so when we do imposition it, you can see how that would work out for us and for the sake of like display really. So let's have a look. The first thing we need to do is save our printer presets when we're impositioning a book. So if we go down to File and we go to Print, and we go through the motions as if we were going to print as normal. So we go to our pages range, which is all. I want to print them as spreads, so I click there. If we go to Setup, on this occasion I want both the single pages to be able to fit as spreads onto A4, so that's correct. Orientation, I want them to be side by side, on their side there. And on this occasion I want both pages to be able to fit on a A4 sheet of paper, so I'm going to click Scale to Fit, and I want to include the crop marks. Okay, so now I need to save those printer presets, so I'm going to save that as New Book. You can save it as something that makes sense to you, obviously, and click OK, and then we just need to come out of there now. And then what we need to do next, if we go up to File and go all the way down to Print Booklet at the bottom here, and this brings up the Print Booklet dialog box here. So you see where it says Print Presets, we need to scroll down and find the preset that we've just made, and there's mine, New Book. It should always appear at the bottom here. And if we have a look at the different options here, we've got booklet types that we can pick. We can pick from saddle stitch or perfect bound. So if I just click on saddle stitch and just have a look at preview, you can see that it's impositioned all these pages now. It's moved them around and it's changed them from facing pages to impositioned printer spreads. So when they're printed out back to back and collated and folded, the book will read in the correct order. So, and that's if we go back to the beginning, you can see that's 1 to 24 as a single section. If I go up to Setup again and just have a look at Perfect Bound, you can see that I've got more options available for me here, including a signature size. So signature size is basically, it's good if you want to break your book up into sections. So say for instance, if I wanted to make my 24 page into a 2-section book, I would pick a signature size of 12 pages, so 2 times 12 equals 24. So let's have a look and see what happens there. If I go back up to preview, you can see here that it's then impositioned those books into 2 sections of 12. So there's my first section of 12, and if I scroll along, you can see that it's divided into my second section of 12. And the other option we've got open to us here is this creep option here. And you can specify the amount of space necessary needed to accommodate the paper thickness when you're folding of each signature. So that's handy. So there's one more thing that you might need to do if you're printing this yourself, all well and good, but sometimes when you're trying to print something at a printer outside, they often ask for an impositioned PDF. So if that's the case, what you need to do there, if you just have a look here at the printer, that's all ready and set to go to your whatever your DeskJet printer is or whatever printer it is you're using. But if you need to make an impositioned PDF, i.e. a PDF of what we see here, if we go back to print settings, and you can see in your printer here, if you just scroll up and pick on Adobe PDF within your printer settings there, and just click OK, and then print as normal, what it's actually doing is not printing, it's actually printing as a PDF, and that will appear on your desktop that you can then take to your printer or work with later. This might take a little bit of time depending on your file size, so I'm going to fade out now and I'll see you in a bit. See if we can find our PDF now. Let's look. Here it is on the desktop here, so we just open that up in Acrobat and we can see that it's made an impositioned 2-sectioned 24-page PDF of our book, just like we've asked it to. So that's good. So you can either take that PDF file along to your printer, or if you've got an A4 printer yourself that doesn't print double-sided, it's not a duplex printer, you could try this. If you go down to File and you go to Print, and where it says Subset, if you ask it to print the odd pages only, and then print all those pages out, and then when they've finished, if you flip the pages over and load them in again to your printer, and then scroll down and print on the other side with the even pages only, and that will give you the double-sided printing effect you need to make your book. The saddle stitch option gives us impositioned printed spreads, appropriate for printing both sides, collating and folding and making into a single section book. The perfect bound option creates impositioned printed spreads, but also gives us the added bonus that we can dictate the signature size. This is great for multi-section books.